Hello, I'm Rebecca Rizzo with the red hair, and you have turned into Energy with Shay Rizzo. You have reached my channel. My channel is all about giving you little tips and tricks and techniques so that you can go ahead and raise your vibe and continue to get yourself into a higher vibrational state so that you can find your happy, which is going to help change the world. So that's what you're here for today. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tips. This is actually going into my chakra series. You have tuned in just in time. If you are here right now and this is your first episode, you might want to tune into the overview of the chakras that is right before this. It'll give you an overview of each one and all of that good stuff. And I want to make sure that you get what you need. So this episode is going to be all about the root chakra, which is red. It's that very base chakra, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So thanks so much, and I'll be right back. Great. Okay, so thanks again. Today we're going to be talking about the root chakra. The root chakra is red. That is the base. That is actually one of those it's kind of like you have to start with a good foundation. So I had to do a lot of root chakra focus. And I will tell you that one of the things I did realize I needed to do was I had to surround myself with more red. That's why you have fuchsia. I have fuchsia here in the room is because I actually need a lot of grounding. I spent a lot of my time in the clouds, and so my root chakra really needs a little bit more help. Probably than most, but I will tell you that really that is one of the things that I have focused on is surrounding myself with more red. Now, as you find that some of your chakras may be out of alignment, that is something I want you to keep in mind. You can help get your vibration back into alignment. You can help that chakra vibrate itself back to where it needs to be by surrounding yourself with the color red. Okay, or whatever color it is of the chakra that you are trying to take care of, okay, that you're trying to make sure you get back into alignment. You can eat things that color. You can put things on, around you. You can wear things that are that color. So it doesn't have to just be whatever. It could be everything you can think of just so you can be around that color red, because again, that vibrates at that place where you want your root chakra to be, because that is what you see. You observe that energy as red. So that actual center of that chakra, that part of that chakra that you are seeing is red, which means red vibrates at that color. So the more you observe, the more that vibration will start to match. I hope that makes sense. I know it kind of blew my mind because it's so simple that it's kind of confusing because it's so simple. At least that's kind of how I found it was. This is actually all about your physical needs and your survival needs. So this is developed during the time between the ages of 1 and 8. And I would actually say it's before 1. So in that first year to the 8th year, right around that time, was where that emotion was, or that chakra was defined when it was developed, was during that time. The major goals of the root chakra is really to be physical and to be within that body. When you are not in alignment, you could have an issue with being physical. You could have an issue with moving your body, because it's needs to be moved and it needs to be energetically experienced being in your body. And if things are out of alignment, that could be one of the things that it's manifesting as. So pay attention to some of those things if you think that is out of alignment. Again, my root chakra has always been out of alignment, So I have always had to observe and put red around me all the time. So my whole bathroom is all red. So I even have red in my bedroom as well, and red in my studio. So, or fuchsia, which is a form of red. Grounding is another thing. So when your root chakra is out of balance, be mindful that you may need to go outside and go be barefoot. or get your hands in the dirt. Be in nature, touch trees, go hug some trees, go pick some flowers if you're into that, or pick some weeds, even better yet. Getting yourself out there and invigorated and involved in the nature side of living is something that root really truly needs. So sometimes you may need to stop whatever your activities are and put yourself into a place so that you can actually really ground yourself. The next I wanted to make sure too is this is all, so the stability and the security is something that if that was out of alignment between the ages of 1 and 8, okay, there could be some issues within that. So if you remember some issues that you did face while you were growing up that was hurtful during that time, that might have challenged some of the security that you had, that you think as a child should have more of those things, then you may be a little in need of some alignment changes. So be mindful of that. The root chakra is something that is pretty amazing. The associated colors with the are the red. This is all about the adrenals. This also has to do with the earth and Saturn. Okay, the associated sense that's attached to your root is your smell. So that's something I want you to make sure it's, if you want to get yourself into alignment too, some of the foods that you can eat can help you with that would be proteins and meats. Again, there's a lot of red in there. So you eat the red and the red's going to help you too. This is the stone for the root chakra. There is a lot of stone, but I'll tell you the fragrance is cedar wood, real earthy. The patchouli, the myrrh, those are very earthy smells, and those are going to be the ones that are going to be connected to that root chakra. When you are, I do the 4 lotus flowers. Let's see, the 4 lotus petals symbolize the 4 elements of the earth, earthly home, and the deity. Commonly associated with it is as Ganesh, the elephant head. This is associated with the root chakra. This is, let's see here, this is all about your family identity and just again, where did you come from? It's from the base of your spine all the way down to your feet and a little bit below. So if you are blocked, the chakra spins like slow or sluggishly or not at all. It means that you might be emotionally needy. You may have low self-esteem. You may be self-destructive, have self-destructive behavior, and be really, really fearful. If that's blocked, that's if it's blocked. If it's too open, okay, and you might know some people who resonate with this. If it's too open and the chakra spins too fast, okay, so one, it doesn't really spin, and or it doesn't, it's kind of sluggish when it spins. That is really emotional needy. The second is if it's too open. If it's too open, then you may be overly materialistic, self-centered. So you might engages in physical foolhardiness. So being careless. That may be that root chakra actually being way too open. Now, if that root chakra is maintains its proper equilibrium and spins correctly, this will demonstrate self-mastery, high physical energy, grounded and healthy. So the root chakra, that is a really, really important part of who you are and how you interact in the world. So having that within balance is super important, okay? You don't want to be in that victim role. You want to be able to really help develop. Some of the things that you can do is you can kind of focus again on red, making sure that red is around you. Hematite is also a very good gem for you to have around. That is a grayer gem. I don't have any with me right now. Ironically, I did not put any up. There's hematite, onyx, rose quartz is also a good one. Rose quartz is good for a lot of them. Garnet, bloodstone, agate, tiger's eye, copper is also a really good metal for the root chakra as well. So just be mindful if you're feeling like you're a little out of balance, if you're feeling, if you identify with any of what those descriptions were as far as being opened or blocked, just try to be more mindful about having red in your life and observing red, because that will help balance that root chakra. It's very important that you recognize where you came from and process rather than stuff and act like none of it happened, because that's not going to be beneficial for you either. Okay, so I hope you really enjoyed this. This was all about the root chakra, a little bit of information that you might not have known anywhere else. Again, if you wanted to learn more about those chakras yourself, this is the book that I have really love. It's called The Book of Chakra Healing by Liz Simpson. This is one I really, really like. It's got a lot of great information on it, so I highly recommend purchasing that yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and give you the rundown of how I feel about what my interpretation is when I am learning about the chakras. So, root chakra, very important. Again, I'm Rebecca Rizzo with the red hair from Energy with Shay Rizzo, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, tell a friend. Really, I'm going to be trying to do these weekly. I'm new to this, but I figured I had a lot of information a lot of people had been asking me about, and I didn't realize how valuable it was until I started searching to find the information myself, and I was having a hard time. And so as I started searching through and found all of this great tools and this great way to really kind of shift my perspective on life and myself and the mistakes that I've made and the successes that I've done and things that I have walked away from, that really being able to share with you some of those tools during my awakening process and during this everything, I wanted to share with you. So if there's anything you think that you would like to know about that maybe I might have a little bit more dialed in experience with, or one you think maybe I should, please let me know in the comments. Okay. Thanks so much, you guys. Really, this is new to me. I am still figuring all of this out, but I wanted to share this information with you. So I really hope it was helpful. And again, I will see you next week. Love, light, and many, many blessings. Peace.